Welcome back to Free For All. Last night we brought you part one of Sam's exclusive sit down with pro boxer Ryan Garcia. Tonight we bring you part two.
Yeah, Mike, tonight we delve into Garcia's upcoming fight with Devin Haney this Saturday night in Brooklyn, what brought him to Dallas, and his love-hate relationship with boxing. Take a look.
I think Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney is going to be really one for the ages.
On April 20th in Brooklyn, Ryan Garcia will face off against the undefeated champ Devin Haney for the WBC 140-pound title.
You never see my face beat up in one fight? You ever see my face fall?
These two are longtime rivals. They've fought 6 times in the amateurs, splitting those bouts 3-3. But this fight doesn't get any bigger for King Rye and the Dream.
Are you happy that this fight finally came together?
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. You know, we've been fighting literally since since we were babies, and it's gonna be an epic final showdown, the 7th fight.
Game 7?
Game 7.
On April 20th, the world will see. My hard work will pay off, and we getting this guy out of boxing. He's a clown. Him and his family.
Classical music just kind of drowns out the noise. I could just be soaked in emotion and soaked into, a different thing in my soul. It helps me train when I don't want to train, or it just does a lot to me.
After Ryan's loss to Gervonta Tank Davis last year, the only loss of his career, Garcia switched things up. He moved to Dallas to team up with legendary boxing trainer Derek James.
When I move, you move. So if I take 2, you take 2.
The star-studded duo got their first win together back in December when Ryan delivered an 8th-round knockout to Oscar Duarte.
Throw right hand, he missed, and he didn't expect to get countered by a quick left check hook. And that's what Ryan Garcia is an expert at.
I can understand why you would want to work with him. What has it been like? This is going to be your second fight with him.
It's just been iron sharpens iron. He's somebody I respect a lot. And I try my best to listen to everything he says.
Don't go out. Do one or the other.
And a lot of times, I'm a very talkative guy, but I've disciplined myself and humbled myself just to continuously just let him lead the way. He's like an older version of me, just more calmer, and just a little bit more disciplined in certain aspects, but it's really good working with him.
Ryan's dad, Henry, also his coach, is a former amateur boxer. He's there every step of the way throughout this camp.
20 seconds. 15.
Was there a specific moment that you can look back on and you were like, you know what, I have a legit future in this, like I'm going to be the real deal one day?
I love everything. So it's like, when did the love start? It started the moment I put on the gloves.
Garcia hails from Victorville, California, where he grew up with a brother and 3 sisters. He began boxing at the age of 7.
We grew up, obviously, lower class Americans, and we had our struggles, but I was always a visionary as a little kid.
Just 10 years after he started boxing, Garcia turned pro. He was already a 15-time national champion when he signed with Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions in 2016.
He's the whole package, and what I mean by that is, his personality, his looks, but most importantly, his skills. I saw something in him that can take him very far. I believe in him, and I think that Ryan is a special fighter.
Davis knocked out Garcia with a nasty body shot in round 7 last April. After that fight, Ryan was called everything under the sun, mainly a quitter.
How long did it take you to move on from that loss?
0 seconds for me to get over the loss. Like literally right when I stepped in the ring, I felt good. I mean, to me, it was a learning lesson. It woke my eyes up to the business and how you have to play the game.
There was a strict rehydration clause for the Tank fight, and Garcia says he will never put himself in that kind of position again.
You know, no matter how, how pure your heart is, it comes to a point where you can't be the nice guy anymore. So it really invoked something in my spirit where I did this for boxing, now I'm going to do it for what's right, and I'm not going to play around no more. I'm the anti-hero now.
Bro, you crazy? You are so soft. I can see your breath is just. I can hear you. You're not like that, bro. You're not like that. You're not like that. The fear is getting you.
Hall of Fame boxer Oscar De La Hoya knew exactly what he was doing when he lined this fight up. You've got two of the hottest names in boxing going head-to-head, both 25. His Golden Boy Promotions is the head promoter for the April 20th event.
Wherever Ryan goes, everybody follows. And that's very important in boxing. He's the ticket seller. He's the moneymaker.
They've always looked at me like I don't know how to box. But why was I one of the best fighters in the amateurs? Why was I a 15-time national champion? Why was I on the U.S. Olympic team? Why did I beat you? Why did I beat everybody I came across? I got to be somewhat good, right?
Say what you want about Garcia, he's a star and the main attraction. And one thing he doesn't do is back down from any fight. And boxing thanks him for that.
I wanted to come on, show you guys I'm on weight. I'm ready to do this. So everybody who thought I wasn't going to fight, I'm coming on here, destroying all of those narratives one by one.
Why are you going to win?
I feel like I have something that he can never possess, which is generational talent. I feel like he's more of a just guy of this era. I'm a guy of every era. I could have been in any era and thrown down with the greatest. And I feel like with my work ethic and my sense of ability to grow nonstop in fast rate, I just don't think he's be able to keep up with me in any way.
When you do it, you got to feel it. As soon as you get on this, that's why you got to be present on your position, always.
Like any athlete, Ryan has his days where he doesn't want to train. Boxing is what he does, but it doesn't define him. Ultimately, he always comes back to his greater purpose, and that's what keeps him motivated to put his life on the line every time he fights.
Maybe it's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah,
that's
that
what
makes
it
sense.
is. It's a love. Like there's moments where I hate it. Like there's been times in the ring where I'm like, why am I doing this? It's so stupid. I don't even need to do it.
But it's not stupid.
Yeah, but then you snap out of it and understand like this is for a bigger purpose, bigger than me. So I enter a zone where it's like I am in love with it.
People have a love-hate relationship with Ryan Garcia. He's largely misunderstood, not just as a boxer, but more importantly, as a person.
I think people don't want to get to know me.
Why?
I don't know. I think it has a lot to do with jealousy and envy. I didn't create myself. God created me. So why are you mad at me? I didn't create myself. And I could be a but I'm not. I'm still, trying my best to become, I guess, a more solid Christian or a follower of Christ every day.
Garcia hopes to be done with boxing by the age of 30. He is far from one-dimensional, and that's what makes him stand out far beyond the ring.
I know how to set trends. I know how to control narratives. Like I understand things at a higher level. Thank God. All glory to God. So I'm just gonna keep it moving like that.
Yeah.
And let everybody watch.
Again, Garcia will fight Devin Haney this Saturday in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. You can order the fight on DAZN pay-per-view. Garcia also told me he wants a rematch with Tank Davis after this fight.
He talks about how he can control narratives, and I think, part of his genius, if you want to call it that, not only is he a star in the ring, and we'll see just how big a star after Saturday night, but he knows how to promote a fight. as well. And reports out of New York say that he and Haney were scheduled to throw out the first pitch at the Mets game tonight, but things were potentially getting out of hand a little bit, so they were asked to leave the ballpark.
Yeah, earlier that day, Haney kind of shoved him because they were both at the Empire State Building on top of there, and you know they're doing a good job promoting this thing, and I'm excited to see it. I'm going to buy it. I mean, now I got to see what happens. I got to see how this thing plays out.
You know, those kind of shenanigans are as old as the sport of boxing itself, but Ryan Garcia, really a unique and compelling figure. Appreciate that sit down over the last couple of nights with Sam Gannon and Ryan Garcia.